Hello and welcome to the Sparta Mayor and Manager Show. I'm Mayor Wes Brenniger alongside of my town manager, Brian Edwards. And Brian, a Happy New Year to you and to everyone out there. And I hope everybody's having a great time and thawing out a little bit.
Thank you, Mayor. And we started off the new year with a little bit of rough weather. So continuing as we wound up 2018.
So as we begin our new year, of course, a little bad weather, a little ice storm come in again. And we want to take our chance to thank the town maintenance crew here in Sparta who just continually do an outstanding job, and we really do appreciate all their efforts. The DOT here for the state, out scraping roads at all times of the night, putting salt down and doing a great job. Our emergency personnel workers, from the Sheriff's Department to the Sparta Police Department, ambulance service, rescue squad, it goes on and on. Blue Ridge Energy and the Skyline telephone workers. We had a little bit of a power outage there, minimal, about 100 people, I think, at the max there.
Right.
And they were back up and running in no time. So just a great big thank you to everyone out there for doing an outstanding job during this time. And Brian, I know that you're out here on the edge of town too, and slippery roads our Sunday morning very much.
Very much so, yes.
Our guys done a great job.
Thank you. I will certainly pass that on to them. We appreciate that. And I want to echo that as well to our fire department, EMS, those people who have to be out and work in those kinds of conditions, the servicemen, linemen at Blue Ridge Electric and Skyline Telephone. All of those people really deserve a salute from us for getting out and working in those kinds of conditions. So
you don't miss that power till it goes out.
that's right. Mm-hmm.
On our meeting here, we had our regular town meeting January the 8th. This past week, and we had a public hearing, Brian, and the purpose of that hearing was to take public comments concerning our financing contract to pay for the construction of the improvements on Main Street and the water line project and all that. And we began an overview of the water line replacement, which you did a great job doing with the streetscape. And I just want you to kind of pick up from there a little bit and give the folks an update on where we're at.
Good. Thank you, Mayor. Well, of course, we did receive bids on Monday, and we received only one bid from J.R. Vanoy Construction Company out of Ashe County in Jefferson. The bid exceeded the engineering estimate. It came in just over $5 million, which our most recent estimate was at 3.3. So I think the next step for the town and where we are now is to enter in negotiations. After we have the approval of USDA, at this point in time, we cannot proceed with any further work on that project until USDA has reviewed the project and given us their go-ahead. Of course, that office is closed down now because of the government shutdown, so and we don't know at this point in time when we will be able to proceed. So there is the potential for some delays in us moving forward with this project. We are tentatively scheduled right now to make our presentation to the local government commission on February the 5th. But depending on the schedule of USDA and whether we can go forward or not, that is still to be determined. The council did approve a resolution to approve installment financing for this project. And we used the number of $3.3 million at this time. That is the engineering estimate. The way this process could likely work, if USDA approves that we can negotiate with the bidder, then we would begin to prioritize the elements of that project, including the water line, sidewalks, or the repaving, resurfacing. And I think we know with certainty that the water line and the resurfacing of Main Street will be the most important and the priorities for us. And after that, we will try to see which projects, which sidewalk improvements or other streetscape improvements are logical and ones that would fit within the budget that the town council approves. So, Mayor, that's where we are with streetscape at this point, and unfortunately with the USDA shutdown, we are in a little bit of a holding pattern for the time being.
It is a little bit of an inconvenience, but we are still actively going to be pursuing other avenues of grants and funding that we can. Yes. But again, our hands are tied until they actually go back into work.
That's right, we are. Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of in a little bit of a loophole there, but we're going to manage and we're going to get through this thing, and before long we are going to be beginning our project here on the Sparta Streetscape. Mm-hmm. We have that update on our Crestview booster pump project too. And this is another project, Brian, that we took on, and you've been very diligent in doing this. And this is that final piece in the puzzle of the water line in our town.
Yes, it is. This Crestview booster pump project will make our water system fully integrated, which means that we will be able to move water to all areas of the town via booster pumps and these new water line improvements and additions that we'll be making. This project too came in over the engineering budget. It was almost $200,000 more than what we originally had projected for this budget. So we will be going again back to the local government commission and also to the state for additional funding. This project does have $150,000 of grant funds attached to it. And it's a very important project to the town. It's going to provide more fire protection, safety and security, and water quality and dependability for the folks who live on 18 South and the areas that are served on 18 South. So I'm certainly recommending and encouraging the town council to continue to move forward with this project. We do have the grant funds of the $150,000, and the loan is at a no interest to the town. So with those kinds of incentives, I think it's certainly to our benefit, and we want to continue moving forward with those projects.
And again, this also is a thing where it just gets them off that well that's over there. Because if a well goes dry and you don't have another way of getting water there quickly,
right,
we're asking for it, right?
We are. We would put those people in peril from a safety standpoint, fire safety, and just the convenience of having water in the home. I think we all know that that's a necessity. So we need to be doing the correct things to make sure that all of our citizens are served and served by a reliable source and provides the safety that they would expect.
We went on in our meeting there and we welcomed Jeff Smith, who was representing Sparta Lights and Entertainment, and we took everybody in the whole room, I think, was really excited about the outcome of our lights this year. And that group and all those volunteers and anyone that donated for that project, I really just want to say thank you. Because our town, I thought, looked the best it's looked ever.
It was a large success, I think, and Jeff was very well received. We had a large crowd at the meeting. Many of them there for the public hearing, others there for different reasons. But actually, Jeff got an ovation, I think, for his efforts that he did in leading that group, along with J.B. Bowyer and George Peebles and others who were involved. Debbie Weaver, I know, and Sarah Rudy, and you, Mayor, were involved with a part of that, William Bottomley. So our hats off to all of those people who helped make Sparta really light up this year, and we appreciate it.
Even our own Charlie Scott here
That's
at
right.
Allegheny Community
Charlie
TV.
was a big part of that.
And they're in the process of now taking down figurines and cutouts and those kind of things like that. The lights are they'll stay on the buildings, and we'll be utilizing them throughout the year on special occasions, and that's going to be a beautiful thing for us. But you know, if you'll see them out here working, hey, go up to them and say, hey, thank you for what they did, because a lot of man hours went into that and a lot of volunteers made this possible, and I really appreciate that. We had a water shortage response plan that we approved.
I guess it's a little ironic talking about water shortage in this what we've experienced in 2018 and continue, but that is a requirement, and we are in compliance. The council approved the water shortage response plan that Kevin Dow had developed there for the town of Sparta. It has already been approved by the state office, and so this was a final step for the council to review that plan and put their approval on it. So we hope we don't have to use it, but if the event occurs and we get into a dry spell where we had to deal with water shortage, we have a plan that will allow us to do that.
I think we're okay now for a little while, though,
Yes,
with
sir.
as much water as we've had. We also had a lead and copper monitoring report, and that goes back last year to where we had an incident there, but we've okayed everything.
We have. Our monitoring report showed that we are in complete compliance with all reporting requirements, and we're very happy to be able to report that to our citizens.
So where things are looking up good, and the Mitchell Mountain Road, we got a nice visit from our FEMA group, and some good news maybe on that coming.
Well, don't know that we have any news at this point in time, other than that we are continuing to pursue whether or not that project is going to be eligible for any funding assistance. We're very hopeful that it will be. We had a very nice visit with the folks up here from Raleigh and the Durham area who reviewed the site and making a lot of notes. And And again, Kevin Dow is leading the effort with that project to see if we can establish eligibility for any funding.
I mean, we went through 2 hurricanes there in about a month's time. So,
Yes.
A lot of water flowing through our town. We want to encourage everyone, if you've missed our meeting or would like to catch up on some of the town meetings, you can always go to actv.me and you can watch them. Go back and watch any previous meeting that you want to. Click on that and watch those meetings. And I encourage everybody to go back and watch the January meeting and listen to the comments that were made in our public hearing. I think that's very important.
I agree, Mayor. We had a large crowd there. Had a number of speakers who spoke about either the support or questions about the Streetscape project. So with you, I encourage everyone to take a look at the meeting and view those comments. And if you've got questions or concerns about that, please feel free. Give me a call, send us a note, let us know. We're happy to respond to your questions about any of these projects that are going on.
I also want to extend an invitation for you to come out personally to our meetings and be involved and know what's going on, and visit the county commissioner meetings, because we go hand in hand with our county commissioners, and Sparta is just one town here in a small county, so we all are trying to work together for the betterment of our community, and so we encourage you to come out, and we look forward to seeing you. And Brian, do you have anything else that you'd like
No,
to add?
our next meeting, Mayor, will be on the February the 5th, Tuesday, February the 5th, 7 p.m. at the Town Council meeting room, and I share that comment that we encourage folks to come out and participate in the meetings and share your comments and concerns with us at any time. Thank you.
We'd love to see you there, and we hope that you've enjoyed this edition of the Sparta Mayor and Manager Show, and we'll see you next month here again on ACTV. Thank you.